So, coming to the broad overview of what is the treatment modality of giant cell tumors. So, of course, surgery is the mainstay of the treatment in giant cell tumor of the bone. There are two types of surgery which can be done. One is the intralesional surgery, means when you can go inside the tumor, it is like curettage, the extended curettage what we do. Commonly we do it for Campanacci grade 1 and 2 and even sometimes in grade 3 lesions. The other is the resection. Here we cut off the bone completely and remove it. Normally the joint is sacrificed and mostly we do it in Campanacci grade 3 lesions or with pathological fractures. But remember, pathological fracture is not an absolute indication for resections. Even in pathological fractures we can preserve the joint and do an intralesional curettage. We will see the conditions where we can do that. So if we talk broadly, what is the meaning of doing a curettage or intralesional surgery and when do we plan for resection? So the curettage means we do intralesional surgery, we preserve the joint, that is the whole sole purpose. So distal femur and this is the proximal tibia and you have the tumor here. So you perform this surgery and in the curettage you do an extended curettage. Extended means you go beyond the margin with the use of adjuvants to improve your surgical margins, and then you remove this, but at the same time you preserve this joint. So that this joint is preserved, it is functionally much better than a resection where you have to provide some prosthesis when you do a resection. Here the joint is sacrificed in the resection, so when we do a resection you have to cut it off here with a margin and then you have to replace it with a prosthesis. So it's here and then you plan a metallic prosthesis. So when do we plan for resection? This is also a question. When do we plan for resection? When do we plan for curettage? So it is important, if you know the indications of resection, you can just tell when you plan for resection. So most important factor is if there is damage to the articular surface. So if the articular surface are destroyed, then of course you have to plan, otherwise the patient cannot bear weight and walk and any movement will be painful. So damage to the articular surface. Other important factors are if there is a dislocated intra-articular fracture, if intra-articular fracture and the joint line is not maintained. So this is not an absolute indication, but yeah, if the joint line has moved, you cannot correct it, then it also requires a prosthesis, resection and prosthesis or arthrodesis, whatever. But ultimately it requires, so it requires the resection. Sometimes when there is a cortical breach with extensive soft tissue contamination, in those situations where the cortical integrity is not that maintained and then you have to, you don't have the method to reconstruct either with a bone graft or bone cement, then you have to plan for your resection. Sometimes in expendable bones, like you have distal ulna, proximal fibula, or in phalanges, in those situations in expendable bone you can just resect it without any reconstruction. And in recurrent tumor, it has recurred again and again, then you can plan for a resection procedure. But if asked what is your method of choice, so of course my treatment modality, as far as possible, I would like to go for an intralesional surgery, which is the curettage, because ultimately we know it is a benign and locally aggressive disease and it is not a life-threatening disease. So I would like to preserve the joint, and even if there is a recurrence, and we have to weigh what are we expecting, the anticipated rate of local recurrence. So we know that in Campanacci grade 3 lesions, the local recurrence rates are high as compared to 1 and 2. So depending upon that, the balance, the judgment is taken. It is a surgeon's call based on their experience and the findings what you have, that you decide whether you want to go for a intralesional curettage or you want to go for a resection and prosthesis or arthrodesis. So talking about pathological fractures, sometimes it may be there at the presentation, and usually it is seen in 15 to 20% of the cases. So do we plan for joint salvage in such cases? Yes, you can plan it if the joint line is maintained. So here you can see here, in such cases, usually what is recommended is either you go for an early curettage. You can after doing the curettage, you may use K-wires to hold the joint surface together, and then you can use bone grafts or bone cement or a sandwich technique to reconstruct it. So if we look at the overview, the surgery is of two types. One is curettage, one is resection. After doing the curettage, you have three options left. The cavity is there. Either you don't fill the cavity, leave it like that, or you can use a bone graft or you can use a bone cement. When you do a resection, then also you can either do no reconstruction or you can do a reconstruction, which may be arthrodesis or a prosthesis. So no reconstruction in expendable bones like you have distal ulna, proximal fibula. So when do we do a curettage and no filling is required? So we don't see that very often, but yes, if the size is small, usually they say somewhere between 2.5 to 5 centimeter of the cavity, usually the hematoma which is left inside ultimately ossifies and gives rise to new bone formation. Mostly we do that if it is the upper limb, but these types of situations are very rare. Most of the times we have to use some of the substance to fill, either it is a bone graft or the bone cement.